This episode of the Savage Snowflake podcast is brought to you by Boundless Technology. Boundless Technology strives to advance in the cannabis industry by creating innovative products with portability and stealth in mind. Aiming to deliver an affordable, efficient and straightforward experience for the consumer, Boundless offers an alternative to the traditional joint or water pipe. Enjoy the taste, smells and effects of cannabis at lower vaporization temperatures with Boundless Technology products. Use coupon code SAVAGE for 10% off all Boundless Technology products at bndlstech.com. Follow Boundless on all social media at bndlstech. And if you want to show your support for the podcast, head to patreon.com/Savage Snowflake to donate as little as $1 a month. All right, savages, let's get to it! Savage. What's up? How we doing, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode of the Savage Snowflake podcast with me, Jeff Leach. Oh, I have to look at the new cameras. We have two cameras now, so you can see how beautiful our guests are in double vision. Good to be here. It's almost, I think actually when this goes out, it will have been Christmas. So happy belated Christmas. I hope you ate loads of shit. I hope you drank loads. I hope your racist uncle or auntie didn't say too many offensive things and it wasn't too awkward for you. That's normally what family gatherings are like, I think, for most people. Joining me today, a wonderful comedian, writer, and performer who I've been very fortunate enough to perform with. We've done a few shows together now at the West Side predominantly.
Yeah.
Is Zahra Ali. How are you?
Hi.
And I said your name correctly, I hope.
You did. Zahra
because I'm
Ali.
English.
Yes.
Yeah,
you're.
because I'm not like Americans. So
yes, you've actually.
Zahra Ali. What is that?
Yeah, you've been around real diversity.
Yeah, like when American people say brown people, it angers me so much.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I've adopted the word brown because I can talk about my people that way, but I do feel a certain sensitivity when other people say it.
It's not even just your people.
Yeah.
They just carpet blanket anyone who's from, Southern Asia or Southern Eastern Asia in particular.
Or Latin America or Middle East.
Or the Middle East.
Yeah.
You're all fucking brown. So it's not even your people.
You know, in about 2 generations, we're all going to be brown.
Yeah,
so we really got to
2?
3 maybe?
Wow, you've put this way before me. Well, first of all, I do agree that we're all going to hopefully become the same color at some point.
Yeah.
And I'm working double time to make that happen.
Oh, yeah?
Like, really, I mean, I've talked about it on previous podcasts, but white girls not really my general thing.
Okay, got it.
But
I did get that from your material at some point.
Really?
I'm like, yeah, this
I
guy,
said
this
it on
guy's,
stage, right?
This guy's down with the brown.
What about my material said that?
I don't know. It just you just seem like you're very open-minded. I mean, most comics are, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I like to think I'm reasonably progressive, but it's more like also growing up in certain areas. So when I grew up, I had lots of Pakistani, Indian, Bangladeshi friends.
See, you even know the difference between Pakistanis, Indians, Bangladeshis, where a lot of people in America are like, "What? Y'all?"
I even know how to speak a little Gujarati. That's
you do?
Yeah.
Cool. Did you have a Gujarati girlfriend? Is that where you learned it from?
Just friends growing up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They
That's
taught me how to
sweet.
say all the bad words.
Of course.
And then also, like I say, Kim Chun, Maro Nam Jeffrey Che.
Okay.
Aujo. So I got like at least
Wow.
hello and my name is and
Yeah.
goodbye. That's a start, right?
Impressive.
You
yeah.
do a show actually called Facial Recognition.
Yes.
Is that you? Do you run that as well?
I am. I'm one of the producers of it.
Okay.
It's Facial Recognition Comedy. So it's basically a collective of South Asian American and Middle Eastern. It doesn't necessarily have to be American, but basically all of us, quote unquote, brown women who often get confused for each other all the time by Hollywood. It's the same women that I find.
I saw the show advertised on all your social media.
Yeah.
I was like, this is wonderful. This is a great thing to do. Why not? It's something different as well. It gives your own mark or your own approach. You look at the show that just got, there was a sketch show that just got
Goatface.
Goatface
Comedy.
which is 3 Asian American
4
guys.
guys. So 3, 2 Indian American guys, 1 Afghan American, and 1 Persian American.
Right.
So yeah, they have a similar story where Hollywood would just give them token roles, or Hollywood would group them in as the same person. Yeah, cab driver,
corner shop owner,
terrorist number 3. And
I get terrorist as well. Though I go up for those castings too because I look like
you got the facial hair.
I look like someone
going.
hurt me enough in my past that I could blow innocence.
You could probably pass for like Northern Middle Eastern or like Central Asian. You want
to see me with a tan? I go real dark.
You could pass for like maybe Uzbekistan or something like that.
When I was a child and I came back from holidays,
Yeah.
kids in my roads used to call me, and it's quite an offensive term in England. I know out here people say it and don't really understand, but they used to call me a Paki in England when I came back. When I came back when I went to my school. They were like, oh, look, the Peggy kid's back. I'm like,
so where does that? I know it's specifically used in England as derogatory, and I know it like transitioned over to Canada as derogatory.
Oh, did it?
But like
Those fucking Canadians, they present themselves so perfect, don't they?
I mean, weren't they part of the Empire at one point or whatever?
And they rape moose as well. So,
oh my goodness,
you know.
Wow. Okay, so
keep that
what does Paki mean in?
It just means Pakistani.
It just means Pakistani, but it's derogatory.
It's like almost, it's intended. It's often used by like white racists in a very like, or not even white racists, black racists. Anyone who's racist against Indians, you know, and Pakistanis, and doesn't know the difference maybe between the two.
Yeah, for sure. I've often had to tell people what the difference is between Indians and Pakistanis because I get confused for all sorts.
What is the difference?
So the way that I tell people is
who rapes children more?
Honestly, there's more people in India altogether, so I would say India.
Raping of children.
Yeah, but India is where white people go to find themselves.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, yeah.
Pakistan is where people go to hide in caves.
Wow.
So that's my differentiation.
That's the easy go-to to remember. No, it's just an install that's trying to do it, and I'm not going to let it do it.
Yeah.
I'm not stopping it for anything. So this is it. We're running straight through.
Wow. Okay. Also, what do you call a pretty Indian?
Oh, I don't know, like.
A Pakistani.
Oh, that's harsh.
No, it's not harsh. It's not harsh because as a Pakistani, I feel like we've been like.
So you're Pakistani.
I'm Pakistani American, and I've been like my whole life. I've been made fun of.
You fucking hate Indian girls.
No, I love Indian girls. I have a show we created with them.
Listen, just because you cover your tracks well, doesn't mean that you don't think Pakistanis are in LA 10 and Indian girls are in LA 5.
Stop it. No, everybody is beautiful.
No, they're not. There's loads of people that are really ugly.
I don't know, but these are just jokes, you know. Like it's
this
just
is a
way.
Podcast. I don't think anyone's going to take anything we say seriously.
It's just a way to make the stereotypes more fun.
Why do you hate Indian women?
Oh my god, I work with Indian women. I love Indian women. I think I hate Indian women because I'm always mistaken as an Indian woman.
Indian woman, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the go-to, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, there's a billion of them. So, I mean, when people just assume, they're probably going to be right.
How do people skirt around trying to ask you what ethnicity you are without really knowing how to ask it without sounding like a racist?
Where are you from? What's your nationality?
Where are you from? America?
I'm from Jersey.
Yeah, there you go.
What's your nationality? American,
yeah.
Where are your parents from? Jersey.
See, I've learned the ultimate top trump of white people asking where someone's ethnicity is from. And that's, what's your heritage? It's like an interesting... it's interesting. It shows like, I have an interest in you as a human being.
Yeah.
Tell me about your heritage.
I prefer that question.
Yeah.
Because it's
very well structured.
It's very well structured. It's very pointed. And it also gets to the meat of what you're saying. When people just say, where are you from? That is what they're asking, but they're just not smart enough to point out their...
Also, the word heritage sounds scholastic a little bit, doesn't it?
A little bit, yeah.
It's a little like, oh, what heritage are you?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, that's how we do it.
Yeah, next time, just ask your cab driver what heritage he is.
Yeah, and go, oh, that's wonderful. Where'd your family originate from? I mean, that's one thing, you know.
Yeah.
Because it'd be like, oh, I'm a bit this, a bit that. It's weird. Like, is there? I feel like maybe because they're a newer addition to the spectrum in America, you know, than maybe, let's say, you know, Latin Americans or black people, you know, as a general African or Jamaican.
True. I mean,
is there a bit where, is that why, even when it comes to Asian, you're not represented? They don't, when people say Asian, they don't think Pakistan, they don't think India.
There's even like East Asian Americans here in America, like Chinese American, Filipino American, that are like, oh, you're considered Asian?
Yeah.
Like, have you ever seen a globe,
I'm not considered, I'm literally fucking Asian.
It's South Asia. Moron, look at a globe or
Yeah.
Google Map something, you know? Like, I don't know. It's a huge content. You know who else is Asian? Russians. Russians are Asian. Like, most of Russia is in Asia.
They're fucking trouble. That's what they are.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Those Russian Asians out there, Slavic.
Crazy.
Out there with their smoking hot women and their fucking ridiculously amazing YouTube content. Anything from Russia is crazy.
Do you watch Russian YouTube content?
All the time. That's the only thing
I need to get into this, but then I don't know if I'll be flagged in a different way, you know,
Probably.
like a Pakistani American watching Russian content on YouTube.
Oh my God, yeah, that's fair.
Because, you know, they're like keeping track of everything we're watching and saying. And
you specifically? all Pakistanis,
or just all of us,
or all people,
all
all
of
the
us,
time.
all of us. This hasn't happened to you where you've been having a conversation for the first time about a topic, and then all of a sudden it shows up
You
on
hear
your
like a
Facebook
click,
feed.
or you hear a click on the
Yeah.
They're listening to words.
They're listening to everything. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
God, well,
Yeah.
that makes me think.
Yeah.
I'll probably be. Well, that's all right. I don't think I've ever said anything too bad. Some really sexual stuff. I've said a lot of, pretty outlandish. Well, what I'd like to do to that orifice type stuff. But that's okay because, the other person was consenting in listening to it.
Wow. Well, that's good. Consent is all that matters, especially these days. So,
Is it the only thing that matters? I think there's about 17 things that matter now. Consent used to be the only thing that really mattered.
Okay.
Now it's consent, nuance, checking 3 times for the consent, taking into consideration someone's mental health because you go, well, they might just go fucking mental at some point, either on both sides of the camp.
Yeah, I mean, now that I think of that, I think consent has become a much larger umbrella. It's not even just like, are you interested? Would you like to do this with me? It's more of like, are you interested? And also, are you going to remember this tomorrow?
No, and actually, you're saying yes, but are you ready for that kind of commitment? And also, I saw that you were taking some medication for anxiety, and I wonder if that's going to,
Yeah, so
and
it's
on the flip side.
So are we supposed to go snoop in people's like medicine cabinets and see like what depression meds they're on?
You already said you judged me based on my restroom alone.
Well, okay, that is one of the things I do judge a new man that I'm dating. If he has,
We're dating now?
No, not
Fucking
you,
hell,
but
wow.
like any man, it's what. If you have really cheap toilet
Could have
paper,
acted less upset by that concept as well. Just FYI, that's not the face to pull to make someone feel good.
It's
No!
also because I have a
Could
boyfriend.
someone please edit a slow motion reaction of just how fucking disgusted by that concept
I was
Zahra
not
was?
disgusted.
No, it's all right. It's fine. It's all right. You wouldn't be alone in thinking that about me.
Oh my goodness. I don't date comedians. It's a
They're
rule.
all fucking idiots.
It's also difficult because it will likely not work out,
Sure.
and then you have to like work with them. It's kind of like a don't always.
Well, actually, I disagree with that. I think it depends what stage of life you're in. Maybe you're deceptively younger looking than you actually are. But I'm 34, and by 34, I go, actually, I wouldn't mind too much if I met someone in either comedy or acting industries.
Yeah.
If we really connected, if we could have that open dialogue where we've gone,
right.
hey, this is what I've done in my life. This is what I've done in my life. This is what I do and don't want. This is what I do and don't want.
Yeah.
These are the, you know what I mean? If you're both very mature about the attitude, unfortunately, a lot of performers. Not very mature.
A lot of performers aren't very mature, and also comedians are hard personalities to just like live with. So if you have 2 difficult personalities, outside of comedy or not, like it'll just be hard. Yeah, it'll be harder to make it work.
What you're saying is you need one person who's not a complete fucking lunatic.
Basically. Or just like not at the same level of lunacy, you know?
Yeah, just comment, or they hide it better because they're an accountant.
Yeah.
So they don't tell everyone all the time about, when you're like crying and thinking about your mum having sex with your dad, but then,
oh my goodness.
blah, blah,
yeah,
blah.
though I don't know if I would date an accountant either because that's like really boring.
But your parents would be over the fucking moon, right?
Sure.
There's a stereotype.
Sure. Actually, my father has been sending me these like text messages of suitors. Yes. So I've been getting, I don't know if you have friends whose parents do this, but I've been getting.
I have friends who are in arranged marriages now.
Yeah. So I've been getting what you call a bio data of just, like a good, like, one paragraph, like, of all, like, the major points, like career, age, height.
Akash Singh, 25.
Something like that, yeah.
Studying his doctorate right now.
Yeah. I'm getting the 35-year-olds or 38-year-olds who are lawyers, doctors.
Why so old? You're not that old, are you?
I'm 27. If anyone in Hollywood asks, I'm 27.
How old are you really?
I'm 33.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Oh, fucking all right. Fair play, dude.
Yeah.
33. All right, yeah, but 38, that's a bit... You don't want a 38-year-old.
Maybe. What I would ideally like, and this is not very feminist of me, I just want someone to pay for things so I can just do comedy full time.
Okay.
If I could do that and someone just like pay for...
I mean, that's a form of feminism. It's not very much about the equality of feminism, but it's more about like... I guess it's a more third wave sense of feminism.
Yeah, it's like...
You fucking pay for me and I will, let you... Sweet.
Well, at this point, I want someone to invest in me. I want someone to invest in me so then I can go invest in my art.
But I don't think that's got anything to do with being a feminist or being a Pakistani woman. It's to do with living in LA too long.
Yeah, maybe, but also I don't know. I've done the whole I have a grown-up job, because comedy at this point it's not paying the rent in LA
don't say that.
completely.
I
You
only
know,
have like the greatest like up and coming comedians on here.
That's
Some of them are
amazing.
super established.
yeah,
Like
I've
Seth
seen
Green
that.
on a previous episode.
Seth Green
you
is
can't now
great.
get on and go, it's not really going anywhere for me.
No, okay. So this year, let me backtrack. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm at an
What you meant
inflection.
to say was,
I'm at an inflection point now where I really have to think about what I want to compromise for my art because
you know this is what you have to do for the rest of your life.
exactly. So I'm at a point now where I got to figure out like, all right, how am I going to get my health insurance? How am I going to pay for my rent? If I go on tour, how much is it going to be worth?
How much is my boyfriend really bringing to the table?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
if,
So I'm thinking,
38-year-old Akash can fucking stump out, so I can do 12 more gigs a week.
Yeah. So it's more
Sorry,
like
Steve.
Yeah, exactly. Or, do I just like skip working during the day altogether and go out for pilot season as much as I can and book a TV role or something?
I mean, isn't the joy of like being a comic? We have to find that mid place where there's other jobs you can do to pay the rent.
Absolutely.
And then
but my thing is like I was born in this like Pakistani American household.
be sure to subscribe, guys, and patreon.com/Savage Snowflake if you want to help me continue to do this. Otherwise, it's back to sucking dick on street corners for me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Which I hear isn't a bad gig.
I mean, you hear it isn't? I can tell you the taste
Oh my goodness.
is very miserable.
Oh my goodness.
Imagine going to a bar and like having a shot of Bailey's and then a shot of eggnog and a shot of whiskey and a shot of vodka, a shot of limoncello, just all those different flavors
That
in your throat.
sounds like amnesia. That's what that sounds like. So that's probably what you need.
That was my reality for 6 years. So.
Wow. Wait, is this true? Oh my God.
No,
what
but
have you
again,
been
thanks
through?
very much for assuming that I could have paid my rent for 6 years sucking men's penises.
I mean, I don't know. It seems like you would be good at it. I don't know. I don't know what.
I do have blowjob lips, I guess, a little bit. They're quite full, right?
I don't know. Yeah.
And the beard is not too long, but it'll tickle a little bit.
You
around the base.
do seem like you would.
Whoa!
No, it
Carry
like
on.
I think we're not that far away from West Hollywood. So if we went to the Abbey, which is like a famous gay bar.
I've been there.
So like I'm sure you got hit on quite a bit.
A little bit. I get a few looks.
Right,
Not hit
exactly.
on per se, but I get hit on a little bit at the gym as well.
Exactly. So I think if you put yourself out there like that, I think you would clean up very nicely.
Well, sure, but surely I could. I mean, I'm not saying that there isn't men in the world who would want me to suck their cock. Mm-hmm. Of course there are. They hit me up on Instagram all the time. I had a guy send me messages today. In fact, I can show the message. He told me, literally sent me a message going, "Wow, you have the most beautiful cock-sucking lips."
Wow. Congratulations.
So, yeah.
No one has ever said that to me before.
So I was like, please like and subscribe my podcast.
Did it happen? Did he subscribe?
Nah, of course he didn't. He just wants me to suck his dick. He doesn't want to like invest in me as a human being.
I'm pretty jealous. I've never gotten this.
You have very full lips, though.
Thank you.
I'm not going to say it to you.
Please don't. Please
Like,
don't.
just being
But maybe
rubbish
one
shit.
of your fans will send me a DM now. I don't know.
That's what you want?
No, absolutely
Sorry,
not.
be careful. Be
I know.
careful what you wish for.
No, that's right. I'm just inviting unwanted behavior. Sorry
You're
about
inviting
that.
a load of really creepy guys to be like,
Nope.
oh, this chick said it's okay. They literally got verbal consent.
Oh my goodness. That was not consent. I was just toying with the idea.
You know what you can do, though? If anyone does send you gross pictures of their penis or stuff like that, just send me a screen grab, and I'll put it up on the screen on the next podcast, and I will out them individually, and then we'll find out who their mums and dads are on Facebook, and we'll send them pictures.
Because
of their screen
all
grab
the moms and dads are on Facebook.
They are now. They're taking over.
Are your parents on Facebook?
Of course they are. I'm not friends with them though.
Do they ask you? Do they ever ask you? Like,
I've
hey,
been
Jeff?
friends with them. I've unfriended them twice, and most recently I was just like, I don't want them in my life. So
Okay, got it.
I love
Just
my parents.
you
but
don't want them in your social media life.
No, I don't. No, we have a bad relationship.
Oh yeah, me too.
Yeah.
With your parents and mine.
Well, how did my parents upset you?
I don't know.
Vote for Brexit.
Probably, yeah, that did it.
It's got to be a little later.
It kind of started
in
the
there,
rest.
isn't it?
Started the mess here too.
My
so.
mum's a fucking Romanian as well. She's a foreigner, and she was like, yeah, Brexit.
You know what? Those immigrants that like vote for not having more immigrants come in the country, I don't understand that. And
I get it. Sometimes they're like
we already made it. No one else is allowed
do you
in.
know what I mean? There's a Mexican guy just around the corner living there right now being like,
Wow.
hey man, I got a good job right now. Things are going okay for me. I'm an LA7 out here, but if all these other guys come out, Jose wants to hit the fucking spot, man. You can't do that. That's my Mexican guy accent.
It's your Mexican
It
guy.
went a bit New York at the end.
He did a little bit.
Hey,
It's pretty good though.
thanks.
You got a little Italian in there.
Hey,
Yeah.
fucking hey, look at me. You want some tacos over here? What's up for a burrito?
Oh my goodness. You sound like Tony Soprano's cousin visiting LA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm into it.
That's great.
Okay, so not really into the 38-year-old Asian men that your parents been sending you. Who did you fall in love with? Are you allowed to say?
Yeah, sure. This is going to be great. I'm in love with a DJ.
All right, that's all we got time for. Thanks, guys, for being here. Please check out Zahra's comedy. A DJ. I'm only teasing. I used to DJ.
Oh, you did?
Before I got into TV presenting and then
what was your DJ name?
DJ Men in Masks.
Men in Masks.
When we started, we were a duo, and we used to wear Mexican wrestling masks and Mexican wrestling outfits and set off big party cannons and do all this crazy shit and like wrestle in between mixes and stuff.
This was back in England? This sounds amazing.
Well, it took off.
Wow.
And then we started playing major festivals like Glastonbury and Reading, and we played a Download Festival and Snowbombing Festival. Boom, did all these things. Exit Festival. And then I fell out with my best friend, who was the other DJ, because he was getting really fucked up a lot before the sets.
Wow. And you guys were like business partners together and stuff too?
I did all the business.
Okay.
I did everything. He literally turned up and played half the tunes, which is what upset me most, is I gave him half of the money and I did all the work. And then he got angry with me. We fell out because I used some of the money that was in our kitty to buy flyers for a new club night that we were the main feature at and promoting. And I told him, he was like, oh, well, I spent a load of money last week in Paris with my girlfriend. I was like, okay, but this is our career and I'm the only one building it. And he got really angry with me. And so I thought about it. We fell out. Told him to go fuck himself, and then it became a solo project.
So you were just man in a mask.
But it still kept it as just DJ Man in a Mask. But then it became like the mask became cooler and like specialized and made by this amazing designer back home.
That's
and
crazy.
I started wearing proper, DJ clothes.
Okay.
I looked like a guy in a mask. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. And then, so did you start this? Did you?
Started, yeah.
So you started the Men in Masks, and now we have like Dead Mouse.
Yeah, Dead Mouse came after.
Came after you.
I think Dead Mouse.
And then the Marshmallow Guy.
Daft Punk were way before me, though.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Wearing a mask on stage as a DJ is,
That's a DJ
it's not
thing.
a new concept.
Got it.
But anyway, fucking my long-winded point was that I used to DJ and produce for like Ministry of Sound.
Records. So did you feel like your DJing has somehow helped transition you into comedy? Do you feel like there's similar art forms?
I'm a desperately passionate lover of music of all genres, and I love dancing. I love going out. I love parties.
Yeah,
and socializing, make people happy. So all of those things were done by DJing. But then I realized what was missing is that I was just being a performer who loved music.
Right.
So I should be a performer doing the thing I really love, which is making people laugh or acting.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. I get it.
Way to do the thing.
So what would you say is like your...
This fucking microphone's doing my head in. This is going to be so annoying on the sound. But no, it's all right. It's fine. It's just that I realize I'm just playing with it and I can't stop. I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry.
So you fell in love with the DJ.
I did. I tried not to, but it was hard.
What is he, a Pakistani guy as well?
No. He's
not Indian, is he?
He's half Indian.
Fucking hell, your parents must be so angry.
He's half Indian and half like white Jewish. He's a Hindu.
A Hindu?
Yeah. I'm a Muslim American. So it's like he's from LA, I'm from Jersey. So it's like, I think there's just going to be a lot of disapproval across the board with my parents.
It's like a Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah.
Story.
So I haven't told them yet, but like I'm vocal about it.
You haven't told them that you're dating this guy?
No, I haven't. Because we haven't spoken. We don't speak to each other.
You and him? You just like silence?
No, my parents and I. That's how this started. Because you don't talk to your parents and I don't talk to my parents. So
I was just joking.
Yeah. So I think slowly, because I don't hide it from my social media or anything.
Sure.
So
then you have a partner.
Yes. Yeah. So I think
you should do that.
It's like gotten back to the parents, and so that's why I just have like a barrage of like all these like suitors in my text messages right now.
They're hoping this is a phase.
I think they're desperate now. So they're just like sending me all these potential suitors now.
Where do they live?
They live in Jersey.
Oh, they're back in Jersey.
Yeah.
That's strange that they would come to America and be in like a Western culture and also be, I would imagine, reasonably progressive in their attitudes if they want to move their entire family across the globe. Yeah. And yet would be like, Don't you date Indian boy. This is not good.
But you've probably seen this in the UK a lot too, where people immigrate over and then they stay in their community of like the same immigrants.
Absolutely.
And so you just get these entire neighborhoods. So like I grew up.
Kills me. I love Japanese girls. They don't want to fuck. They don't want to even like
Isn't it
look
insane?
at me.
It's insane. So they try to preserve as much as they can from like that moment in time when they moved over to the new country.
You know who else does that?
Who?
People from Alabama. Keep it pure, right? That's why they're all fucking each other's sisters.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I mean that would explain why Alabama is the way it is.
Yeah, there's a lot going on there. There's a lot of people,
Have you done comedy in Alabama?
No, I've done sisters though.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. No, I've never done comedy in Alabama. I imagine it'd be quite a fun place to be, actually.
Yeah, the South is actually pretty fun. I think they all need a laugh too.
Why? Because of the inherent racism, violence, misery. But isn't that's across all America now? I think people are dumb if they think there isn't.
Well, also the South doesn't really. I mean, your quintessential person from the South does not really believe in like this whole like PC culture. So
I don't necessarily believe in overt PC culture myself.
I'm on the same boat.
People from the South are happy because they live in the bliss of ignorance.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know a guy. He's a comedian out here, actually. He told me Brian Swinehart, you know him?
Yeah.
It's swine time.
Yeah.
His videos on Instagram, they're very weird.
And then he does his Matthew McConaughey impression.
Hey. It's every video. Yeah. Now, if I watch those videos without having had a conversation, I'd be like, this guy's a little bit fucking nutso, which he is, I guess.
Yeah.
But that's okay. He's good nutso.
All comedians are,
Sure. But B, this guy could be a very like Southern, racist, blah, blah, blah. Now, he's definitely on the right side of the camp politically.
Yeah.
But he seems like a very progressive guy. And we had a very long conversation in a drive to a show that we were both doing together.
Yeah.
And he drove me all the way out there and all the way back. He was an absolute legend. And he was like, I'll be honest with you, like, I've never been a racist because I didn't know a black guy I didn't even see a black guy until I moved to LA.
Wow.
Like,
so how do you know if you're racist or not?
This is the point. No one's fucking racist.
Yeah.
People are uneducated.
Yeah.
And ill-experienced in life.
Yeah.
There is no fucking racism. That's a taught thing.
Yeah.
That's a taught thing, like going, you're a fucking this way or that way. There's either people, but as soon as you take someone out of their town where there's only white folks, the only news they ever see is Fox News, which says, black man caught shooting 6 people today,
So wait, where is he from?
I can't remember. Somewhere in
the South?
Yeah, Middle South.
Okay, Middle South, sure.
Yeah, like literally as removed from any kind of liberal coastline as you could be.
Okay.
But he's not, it's interesting. I just think for him, his whole point was, I just needed the education of meeting people who were a different color to me. And now some of his best friends are black comics,
Yeah.
And he said, that's weird. He said, like, I didn't even know one of my best friends would end up being a black guy. That would have been, I couldn't even imagine that a decade ago.
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, I mean, him and I used to work together. He would have me on his shows. And then I think during the election, things got a little heated. Just, social media wise. So I think he's very much on the right. And
he's very Trump. But
he's very much a Trump supporter.
But now he questions a lot of his political beliefs.
I'd hope so. But yeah, I do miss the guy because he's a really nice guy.
What was there fallout?
I don't think there was a fallout, but I think it's like a lot of unspoken. Maybe an unspoken
and also
fallout.
You hit a point where you go, I don't know if I can converse with this person without it always blowing up because we think so differently. Yeah,
and I don't think I've ever blown up with anyone because I try to like keep it professional at all times with everybody.
But when it comes to blowing things up, Pakistani's on number one.
Exactly. Or we're just,
thanks,
like
guys.
I said. Oh, he's here all day, you guys. Or like I said, we're very good at hiding. But yeah, I try to keep it professional at all times. So if I feel like if it's going to be confrontational in a way that's not going to end well, I'd rather not go there.
Confrontational is on both people, though. Here's the thing: like I'm very much left of the middle when it comes to politics. I would like to think I'm incredibly progressive and accepting and all about equality in every facet of life. Whether it's gender, sexuality, racial, whatever it is. However, I see as many fucking lunatics on the left side of the camp as I do on the right side.
Oh yeah, especially.
And
especially now.
Beyond that, what I also know I wasn't doing was, in the same way that I want someone who supports Trump and is a fucking hardcore Republican, blah 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 blah, to just for a minute have a balanced conversation with me and see things from my point of view or the world's point of view as I think they are.
Yeah.
As a more centrist kind of attitude.
Yeah.
I wasn't doing the same thing for them. So I've started to now, when I find someone, rather than when I find out someone supports Trump, being like, this guy's a fucking idiot, or when the argument gets a bit heated, which we talked about politics, me and him, and we were very on different places in certain elements and very much the same place. And it's the more moments you can find that where you're at the same place.
Yeah, I mean, I think at the end of the day, we're all humans, right? And we're similar people, and we have
Except dogs, they're not humans.
we have illicit reactions to things.
You hate my silly comedies. Okay, it's all right.
I don't hate anything.
No, it's all right.
But I think I'm with you. Where there right now, there's just a lot of like outrage culture.
Yeah.
Like everybody's outraged all the time.
But everyone on both sides as well now.
Yeah, and it's like, and then the both sides don't want to talk to each other,
No.
and then you just stay on your side of the camp.
Do you know why?
And you can't even deal with the other side, and that's not
Do you know
productive.
what's changed in the last 5 to 10 years?
What?
And this is, I think, the crux of all of it.
Women have a voice now?
No, fuck no. It's got nothing to do with it. Women always had a voice, and it was whispering in men's ears anyway. It's a different kind of voice, but there was a voice.
True.
Here's what's fucking different in a huge way. Mm-hmm. Who had a voice 10 years ago before social media? Who had a voice that could be heard by others, honestly?
Who?
Adults.
Grown-ups, yeah.
And now some of those adults were fucking retarded. Mm-hmm. Some of them are fucking fascists.
Yeah.
Some of them are neo-Nazis. And don't get me wrong, there were some people who had voices, even being adults, that were a bit outlandish and a bit outrageous. And that's why you had these pockets of fucking, let's call it, what would it be? If you're, oh my God, not fanatical, but... you understand what I'm saying? Like incredibly polarized and incredibly extremist kind of outlooks. You had some of those. So you get like a pastor,
like Rush Limbaugh, and
a pastor in his local hometown who's a fucking Ku Klux Klan grand wizard, and he talks to all his parish about the sins of the black devil and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And now that guy has a voice. He's an adult and he can influence a pocket of people.
Yeah.
Now what you have is children with a voice, and I mean literal children from the age of fucking toddlers all the way up to 18.
YouTube stars.
Not just them though. I'm talking about the users, not even the orators.
Oh, you mean like the people making comments and stuff on social media?
Do you remember how fucking dumb, mildly racist, mildly sexist, mildly fucking xenophobic, mildly everything kids can be?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And they're not fully formed people. They're looking at the internet, bro. And now when
their brains are not developed yet, and they're saying crazy shit.
And you give
but
them
now
all
it's
a Twitter account or an Instagram account,
Yeah.
and suddenly PewDiePie, a huge YouTuber, the biggest YouTuber in the world, makes content that is not remotely in any way, shape, or form supporting Nazi, anti-Semitic belief.
Yeah.
But then the media will go, oh, let's blow it up. And then kids will make memes about it, highlighting the joke.
Wow.
And media will turn that into, look at this, he's been creating an anti-Semitic neo-Nazi movement online. It's
but then there's like this whole platform that's promoting this now, and people go to that as if it's fact-based.
Yeah.
And none of it's fact-based. It's all like different people's opinions, but it's like whoever's the loudest and gets more attention and cycles, they end up winning.
What we need to do is silence the children, is what I'm saying. So if we could bring back, children should be seen.
Shut the fuck up, kids.
Boom.
Shut up.
That's the movement.
My parents told me to shut up. Your parents should tell you to shut up.
Shutthefukupkids.com. Actually, we can look at the camera. Look at the camera and be like, hi, I'm Jeff.
Hi, I'm Zahra.
And we're here to talk to you about a very important issue.
Yes, it's called shutthefukupkids.com.
That's right. If you want to pledge your support to stop infantile fucking morons having a voice on the internet, just head to shutthefukupkids.com and donate as little as $2 a month.
Yes, if you want to shut your kids up, if you want to shut your neighbor's kids up, if you want to shut the kids up of the alt-right or the politically correct police, this is where you should go.
Thanks very much for listening to this message. There you go, that's it. I think we just changed the world for the better. But that's it. If you remove the vocal ability of 13-year-olds to go, yeah, these kids are trolling, man.
Yeah.
And we're being trolled
You know what it is? The kids don't journal anymore. Because their journaling is all done through not even Facebook, it's just like social media comments. Like that is their creative outlet now. And it's like, go play, go paint shit, go journal in your diary.
Did you used to have a journal?
I did. I had a diary.
What you used to write in your journal.
I used to write about how my parents sucked.
I know, right?
I know. I used to write about this cute guy named Jeff in my English class.
Okay. All right. That's the second comment today.
Yeah, it was mostly about boys, and I used to write poems, and I used to roast the teachers that I didn't like.
Nice. Draw pictures of them?
I would draw some pictures of them and just write these roast poems about them.
You were writing comedy material.
I was like roasting teachers I didn't like. I was roasting anyone who was mean to me or who would bully me.
Now you just like,
but in my diary,
absolutely trounced another roast battle. You've done a few roast battles.
I've done a few roast battles. Yeah.
Have you done the Comedy Central show yet?
I haven't.
I mean,
so that's
next year, fingers crossed.
There's like
they got to tick diversity boxes. Come on.
Let's see. I don't know, but is this going on for during New Year's or something?
Yeah, we're recording from this moment in time all the way through New Year's.
All through New Year's.
It's going to be like a 7,000-hour podcast.
Got it. So I wouldn't call this a resolution because resolutions, I feel like I'm never good at those. Sure. But I would call this more as like
this will come out just before the New Year.
Yeah.
So what's your New Year
this
goal?
is like a goal. I want I'm working on a couple of TV credits. Some more projects, hopefully touring more.
Roast battle would be one of them.
Hopefully roast battle, but
you know Brian Moses, you friend with him?
Yeah, I'm friends with Brian Moses.
Jeff Ross?
Yes.
He loves a beautiful woman.
Yeah, I mean Jeff's been very nice to me and has given me some good advice and he wants me to keep doing them.
What was the advice he gave you?
He's given me a few like best joke of the night. Thing, and he says to keep doing it, and he says that I'm really like stepping into my own.
What kind of advice is that? He should be like, specifically, this is an area you need to tidy up in, or that. Zahra, you are killing that.
Yeah, I'm working on it, but it's also like none of us know what our lane is yet, you know? Like you could find something new. Like you found you were trying a bunch of different things, right? And now you've decided comedy and acting and voiceovers, like this is your lane.
So what you're saying is I was trying to work on about 6 different things. And now I've narrowed it down to 5 different things.
Yeah, you figured it out. You figured it out.
No, I haven't figured out shit.
Are you still DJing?
Fuck no. But
exactly.
I mean, I would love to. And
exactly.
I will DJ again once I have the platform to be able to get booked for a personal appearance to DJ.
Yeah.
When I'm Idris Elba, you know he DJs.
Idris Elba DJs?
Fuck yeah.
What? What's his
he's
DJ name?
Old school rude
Stop
boy.
it.
Yeah, he like MCs as well.
Stop it. That's
America,
crazy.
all that shit. Yeah,
Oh
he's
my
like
God.
he used to be like big into garage back in the day, and then going, yeah,
that's crazy.
But here's my deal: is like. It's got nothing to do with finding one lane. I think as soon as you start limiting yourself to one lane, you can sometimes pass up on opportunities that would have grown into something and made you a better performer across the board.
Yeah. So
it's more a case of just going, I'm going to make sure anything I do, I don't do it half-hearted.
Yeah.
And then the other part is paying you bills until you're wealthy enough that people go, hey, we want you to do 2 movies this year and write and star in your own TV series. And if you want to do a special as well, do that. That's a lot of work for a year.
That's a lot of work for a year.
I guess now I'm not going to do any more voiceover for the year.
Yeah.
I guess I'm not going to DJ with Idris Elba.
Yeah.
Idris
Elba, if you're watching this, Jeff Leach would really like DJ with you. I
fucking love it. I don't want to DJ at a club with him. I want us to like have a couple of CDJs or some Technics, have all my records out my mum's loft back in England and all his records and just get like drink some Hennessy, smoke a lot of weed, and fucking just play our favorite tunes for each other.
That would be fun. That would be fun to watch. You should live stream that.
And at the end of it,
Idris Elba, please make this happen.
We start putting on the slow jams. Do you know what I mean? It just gets more and more romantic. The music, more R&B.
Okay.
And like we look at each other, and he's like, "Oh my God, I'm sort of fucking buzzed." And the Henny, I'm like, "Dude, I'm so high as fucking balls right now." And we sit on the couch, and we go, "Oh, this is a good jam." And then he kind of like leans on the couch.
Oh, this is getting so bromantic, you
brushes
guys.
across my neck, and I'm like, "Whoa, dude, easy." And he's like, "Oh, yeah, I'm not." That way.
Okay,
like,
everybody has an Idris
Me
Elba
neither.
sex fantasy. Okay, we get it.
And then we just both fall silent, and we just lean in, and we kiss, and we're like, "Oh my God, dude, what the fuck? I'm not gay." And he's like, "No, me neither."
But just this one time.
And then we just go like, "We're never gonna speak about this ever again." And then we just fucking kiss.
Oh man.
Oh, and his tongue is as strong as his biceps.
So that's your dream.
Like a cow's tongue.
You would experiment with Idris Elba.
Like a bison.
Wow.
And I ride him like the bison he is.
Wow, that's beautiful.
He's the bottom, but he's a power bottom.
How do you know he's going to be the bottom?
Because I know! It's Idris Elba. He's a very kind man. He'll let me dominate that situation.
Hold on. Does every guy just assume...
I'm 6'4", babe. I'm the top in every situation.
But isn't he like also pretty tall?
Yeah, but I'm bigger.
Okay, I don't know. We're going to have to look up Idris Elba.
Right now.
Also, I don't know if you know about the...
Phone. Look at his phone. Look up his height. Look up his height. Look up his weight. I want to know height and weight. Okay. I'm 6'4", and I'm about 223 pounds of not pure muscle right now.
Not pure muscle.
But I'm pretty stacked. They can see it in the camera. Look at that look at the guns.
Okay.
So let's have a look. Idris Elba, height, weight.
Height, weight.
And sexual
there's
preference.
actually a website called celebheightweight.com.
I love it.
Okay. So his weight is 187 pounds.
Fucking slacking.
Okay, and he's 6'3".
I got an inch in height, and I got like another fucking 20. No, wait, more than that. 187.
Okay, so I
Let's
don't
say
know.
190. Let's round it up.
I mean, you guys are around the same
30
size.
pounds and an inch makes a big
But
difference.
still, okay, so there's a controversy right now, a huge scandal actually in the NBA.
Okay. Why?
So Dwight Howard, who's an NBA player, he was just outed, and he's like a huge like
Outed as being a homosexual.
I think he's pansexual maybe. But
I
yeah,
fall in love with everyone.
So a guy he hooked up with,
Bisexual. He's a fucking bisexual.
Yeah, so a guy who he hooked up with, who feels scorned or whatever, has outed him.
Who wants to sell some story for some money?
That too, and he outed Dwight Howard as a bottom.
Yeah,
and he's like a massive NBA player.
Okay,
huge.
So what you're saying is I should be the bottom because I'm slightly
well,
bigger
it's
than
just like
Idris.
you never know. It doesn't necessarily have to be the smaller dude who's the bottom.
I know.
You know?
It's not about being small or big. It's about the way that when I look at Idris Elba, he looks back at me and I'm like,
well, if he's on the bottom, he can't really look back at you, you know? Unless he's, I mean, that would
that's
really
the only way he can look at me, over his shoulder.
Yeah, but that would be hurting his neck a little bit, you know?
I don't know.
You're assuming a lot here. You're
I'm
assuming that he has the flexibility to move his neck in that angle, you know? I'm sorry. I'm messing up the mechanics of this sex fantasy of yours, and I didn't mean to do
it's
that.
my fantasy, and I will operate it how I want.
Okay, I'm sorry. I ruined your dreams.
If you had to have a never-ending, everlasting, loving relationship with one female comedian, dead or alive, who would it be?
Oh, man. Dead or alive?
Yeah, but she wouldn't be like, you know, post-mortem dead. She'd be like
She'd be like alive in her prime. Alive in her prime.
Alive in her prime.
Yeesh.
Well,
oh
actually, prime is interesting. Let's say career prime. Because someone like Joan Rivers, like aesthetically in her prime was when she was in her 30s. She looks incredible, right?
I love Joan Rivers.
But was she as funny as when she was in her 70s?
She was definitely funny in her like 70s. I consider Joan Rivers a role model, but I don't necessarily know if she would be in a sex fantasy.
She would.
Maybe.
I think Joan
I feel like she would
she
be
was quite
directing.
sexually-
I feel like she would be directing whatever was going
100%.
on. You know, I don't know.
So she'd just be watching.
I think so. She would be watching. If this was a porn, if this was like she would be directing this porno.
Okay, so it would be you.
If we're doing a comedy
me,
porno.
Idris Elba, and we'd have to be.
Joan Rivers is directed by Joan Rivers.
No, wait. So it's me, you, Idris Elba, and then we need one more.
We're just having
lady.
a comedy orgy.
One more lady though. One more like.
Oh man, I don't know. There's so many like
Sarah Silverman. Come on, she's fucking foxy, and she's
she's
like 50.
She's beautiful.
She looks like 30 years old.
She is beautiful. She really is.
Yeah. Okay. Right. There you go. And then Joan's just in the corner. She's dressed in dominatrix outfit. This is what this podcast is, by the way. It's just me creating.
You know what? I really like Angela Johnson. Like I
don't know.
Angela Johnson.
No.
She's the one. She had that character for the nail salon bit.
No, I don't know.
The nail salon bit? Oh, God.
Angela Johnson. What's she look like?
I think she's like Mexican American from San
okay,
Jose.
I'm in.
San
I like
Jose.
the Latin women. Let's have a look. Age?
Age, it says she's 36,
Okay.
which I don't know if I necessarily.
She might ensnare us. She might try and get us pregnant or get herself pregnant through us.
I've been trying to get pregnant for a while. I've been laying out traps, you know, and it's
Are you fucking serious?
I don't know. I'm just trying to.
That's like the most. Yes, I 100% have been.
Here's her Instagram.
Oh, babe, I don't think I finished on your back.
This is
That's
her
okay.
Instagram.
That's okay. That's all right.
That's her Instagram.
Angela Johnson.
But yeah, she's hilarious and she's a lot of fun to hang out with. And
she's a cute girl. She's got a cheeky smile. I
think she was a cheerleader for the Raiders.
I mean, that's her boyfriend, right?
That's her husband. Yeah.
I mean, come on. I can't compete with that. This guy's too fucking gorgeous.
Yeah.
He's mixed race as well. He's got a little fucking soft, warm skin.
Yeah, they're gonna have some cute babies together. Those two.
Yeah. They're gonna put they got all the fucking shit going on.
Yeah,
we got a little black, we got a little white, we got a little Mexican, maybe a little Asian on her side as well.
Yeah, he's a musician and she's a very successful stand-up comedian. So
God,
you know
their kids are gonna be they're
living the best life.
Celebrity nepotism,
oh my God,
life-loving
so much,
cunts.
so
Some of the
much.
kids are gonna be awful.
Also, I think she was like a professional cheerleader for one of the NFL football teams.
Yeah, she was.
So you know, like I think she'd be really flexible and fun.
Okay, so she'd be there. Sarah Silverman. Sorry, you're on the sidelines.
I mean, she could be a good stand-in, you know? Like,
you only get one.
I don't really know.
Okay.
I've never really thought about female comics like this before.
You should. I think there's something, it's easier for a woman to think about another woman sexually than it is for maybe a man to think about another man sexually. Because women are such, like, infinitely more beautiful creatures to behold. Like the nude female form is classically and artistically, aesthetically a fucking
women are
treat for the eyes.
beautiful. Women are beautiful, and I think
Men
anyone
can look nice.
Yeah, I mean, men can look nice, but like, I don't know. I don't find the schlong like aesthetically pleasing.
The balls as well.
Yeah, it's just like not. It's just not sexy, you know. Them on their own.
Annie Letterman. Yeah, whereas a breast, which is like a sack filled with meat.
Annie's
breast is
one
lovely.
of them.
Annie Letterman said that.
I think she's really hot.
Oh, Annie Letterman would probably fuck you as well. Her
you
and
think
Kurt.
she would?
Well, her and Kurt like to fuck other people.
Oh, is this a thing that they do?
That's how they met. Because he was with Karen Margolis for years, and then they used to fuck girls together. And one of the girls they used to fuck together was Annie Letterman. Karen and Annie were best friends.
Wow.
And then her and him broke up, and Annie started dating Kurt, and it was like, oh, that's a bit weird. Yeah.
I think Annie is hilarious.
She's just funny. I've seen her be hilarious, and I've seen her at other times and be like, But she's been on this podcast. She's I like her a lot.
She's great.
I think she's very talented. So let me say that she's incredibly talented.
Yeah.
But she's very mood. You know, some comics are very mood driven.
I'm the same way. I'm the same way. They're depending on what I'm feeling. Like some days I could have like an amazing set because I'm really in tune and I really want to be there. And then other days like, you know, I'm just like, there's 5 people here at this bar show. So I'm going to try out some new material and just feel my feelings. Well, that's different.
Trying out new material and it not going over exactly how you hoped is different. But I'm saying, like, for instance, I think a lot of men are very, they're not mood driven. Mm-hmm. They're very like booze driven or maybe more emotional.
Got it.
Yours is like a general overarching mood. I've seen a female comic come to a venue who I've seen kill it, like tear the room apart, like make me embarrassed to be a stand-up the previous time, and then they come up and they've just been in like a and everyone can go fuck themselves because they just got a mood, and the audience goes, oh, we can go fuck ourselves, we will then go fuck yourself back, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, but men will turn up, and I've seen them kill it, but then they have one too many whiskeys at the bar beforehand,
and they'll
and I'm
just
like
bomb.
Or not even bomb. None of the comics I know bomb.
Yeah.
I've never seen Annie bomb. I've never seen, you know, other male comics that I perform as
I don't
bomb.
know. I mean, some people really own the bomb, right? Like Sam Tripoli is a guy who like, I'm bombing right now and fuck it, you're going to listen to this conspiracy theory I'm talking about.
But that's any comic who's been working long enough to have that professionalism.
Yeah.
I know when a room isn't liking me.
Yeah.
And then you have to just go, all right, let's talk about the elephant in the room. You hate me.
Yeah.
and people will go, that's funny because it's the truest thing that's happened so far.
Yep, absolutely.
But what I'm saying is, whilst they never bombed, I feel like men are very reactionary to an instantaneous thing. A drink, too many, or a bad text from a girl they're into.
Yeah.
Whereas women can just go, today, fuck everyone.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I think women do tend to hold on to a certain decision that they've made for that day.
Yeah.
And
when are you going to stop
carry
doing
it
that?
with them for the day. Oh,
Girls.
man. I don't know. But men, I don't know. I mean, there's good and bad to men and women. We can talk about this for centuries.
I'm joking.
For centuries. I've seen everybody do well, and I've seen everybody do not so well. You know, so I'm not going to say.
You see me do not so well.
I've seen you do well. But I think I've only seen you at the Dime. I've only seen you ever perform at the Dime bar.
No, the West Side. We did the West Side Comedy Theatre together. I tore it out that night.
We did?
Fuck yeah.
Are you confusing me for another woman?
No,
another woman on my show?
You're actually the only Southern Asian woman I've ever seen performing at that venue.
Okay, cool. Which show was this?
Can't remember. While ago.
Wow, it was a while ago.
Yeah, I think it might have been one of the Neil Nanders on a Saturday night type thing.
Okay.
As opposed to Neil Brennan's show.
Okay. Neil's a cool guy.
Neil is a cool guy. Yeah. He's an interesting guy because you know his brother is also a comedian, Kevin Brennan, and fucking loathes him. They loathe each other. They have this immense hatred, which is very strange to me, but I also get it. It's familiar, isn't it?
Do you have siblings?
I have an older sister.
Okay, and you guys like get along?
I love her with all my heart.
Oh, okay, that's very sweet.
She's incredible. She lives in New Zealand though.
Oh.
But we're driven together by the fact that we had bad relationships with our parents.
Yeah.
Who are divorced and back in England and separated. And me and my sister are at the other sides of the world from our parents. Whereas maybe do you have siblings as well?
I do. I have a younger sister and a younger brother. Neither of them are comedians, but my younger sister and I are like polar opposites of each other.
But are you still close? Do you still care
We
about
loathe each other.
Oh.
Yeah, it's very like I think we all both of us love our little brother.
Okay.
You know, and he like keeps everybody together somewhat. But yeah, my sister and I.
That must be tiring for him.
Yeah, maybe, but you know, he doesn't like seem like it's tiring him. I think it's just always been his job, really.
Yeah.
People just kind of assume their roles in the family, you know.
That's fucked up.
But like he's the peacemaker. Like he also has special needs.
Okay.
So like we'll be having like a
what kind of special needs does he have? Any specifics?
He has this condition called Fragile X syndrome.
I've never heard of that.
So
I'm going to learn something.
It's a mutation in your X chromosome. So you're born with it.
He's an X-Man.
He's an X-Man. Yeah, he is literally an X-Man. So it has very similar symptoms as autism.
Okay.
And up until like the
socially inept, that kind of thing.
Yeah. And
fixation on things.
Yeah, and some like cognitive delays and stuff.
Has he got all the good shit like fucking Rain Man numbers and stuff?
He can beat any video game, and he's like really good at technology.
Oh my god, I love him.
But then like he can't drive. Like there's like certain like cognitive things that are just
he's
not
doing
there.
all right. See, my best friend's brother, when we were growing up, he has Down syndrome. And all he could do was like jerk off with his toes. So
what?
Your brother can
but that is a brilliant skill. Like how many people
yeah, but
can
not
do
really
that?
applicable to real life.
Right.
This day and age, esports, your little brother could become a fucking esports pro player, make money. Most of those kids are borderline, at least Asperger's, if not autistic.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but he has this way of just being socially in tune to what's going on. Like we would be having a volcanic eruptive fight or argument, like very heated in our house.
This is the third fantasy of the podcast, guys. So we've had Joan Rivers dominating a group of us. We've had me and who was it? Idris Elba kissing. This is the third one.
Yeah.
All right. So you've had a big volcanic fight. Okay.
A huge fight.
Tensions are high.
Yeah. So my parents, my sister, me, and then he comes into the kitchen or wherever we're having this fight.
What's he wearing?
And he just lets it rip. It's like huge fart. Just and like he cuts the cheese and then the tension is gone.
This is very specific pornography, by the way. Sister, brother, fart porn. It's there. You know it exists.
It probably
does. You know it exists.
It probably does, but it's just like that's the way to like get everyone to stop fighting because you've completely diverted the attention from like what's going on, and we're just like, what just happened? And everybody just starts laughing. I comedian
said it, and I'm almost loath to say because I'm worried it might be Louis C.K., who I don't want to use him as my sounding board of great philosophical ideologies. But he said, you don't have to be smart to laugh at a fart joke.
Yeah.
But you have to be a fucking idiot not to.
Exactly.
And that's your brother knows.
Yeah, he just knows. I
don't want to say he's the real comic in the family, but
he is. He is the funniest. He is the funniest person in the family, for sure.
When it comes to flatulence-based material.
Yes. When it comes to fart jokes, he wins for sure.
Nice.
Yeah.
So he breaks the tension, but you and your sister, but you love her.
Yeah, of course. Okay. Yeah.
But then, so like, all right. So how about this? So if there's like a burning building, and your sister's trapped in it, you would try and scale that building to get her out safely. However, if, a douchebag boyfriend broke up with her secretly, you'd have a little chuckle to yourself at home.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes. But if the douchebag boyfriend broke up with her, I'd be happy. I would be happy. Like, finally,
Oh, no. All right. I meant more like, all right, well, let's make him not a douchebag. Maybe she was just really into this guy and he just thought she was just a fucking piece of shit and he just broke up with her.
I'd be really pissed at her.
You'd be angry with her.
I would be angry with her. I would be because I feel like that's her way out.
Whoa, you do realize you're becoming a dad.
I am. I am my dad's daughter. I absolutely am.
You're becoming your father.
Yeah, I'm becoming my father. I am.
I just wanted better for you.
Yeah, but she's definitely she's built for that life. Like that's her thing, I think, and I'm pretty sure that's her dream.
What the preordained marriage?
Yes. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I think her thing is to be taken care of and not work. And my thing is to be taken care of, but like pursue my dreams,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And what's the difference between those two things? Maybe her dream is to never work.
Her dream is to never work. My dream is to be like a very rich entertainer.
Whoa, though. But you're suggesting that your creative dream has more, holds more weight than her dream, which is to be a kept woman, a housewife, a mother, and just like have a husband who looks after her shit and buys her nice things.
I don't know if she'd ever want to be a mother unless it's adopted because she's like she's very into her looks, So like I don't know if that's something that she would want to do to herself.
Okay.
Yeah.
What, going through pregnancy?
Yeah.
But these days, I mean, you can make money off the Instagram posts of being like super fit, skinny, hot mum. Like, oh my God, 9 months and I'm just so ready to pop. But you know what? Try this new flat tummy tea today.
So I've shown pictures to my mom of
miscarriage
of the ab mom. There's an ab mom on Instagram. Like she had you could see her abs even when she was pregnant.
I'm fucking so into that.
And my mom was like, that is not possible.
You know why? Because the baby was fucking kicking and punching the inside as well. So she was getting double workout.
Unbelievable. I don't know. But
how does she do squats?
I don't know.
Or like crunch. How do you do crunches?
I have no idea. Ab mom, if you're watching this, let us know your secret.
Ab mom.
Ab mom. Yeah. It's a thing.
That's a very niche business.
It is, but she's doing really well on Instagram.
Has she had the baby now?
She's had 2 babies.
Oh my God.
Isn't that unnerving? That's unnerving.
And they came out wrestling.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, that's the main difference between my sister and I.
One of them was doing like the CrossFit pull rope on the placenta on the way out.
Oh my goodness.
He pulled his own placenta out of her.
That's a visual for sure.
Super visual and also super weird because I think, isn't the placenta coming out first and then the
placenta
baby
comes out after.
Comes out after.
It's part of the afterbirth.
Hence why it's like an after dinner treat.
Exactly. After birth, after dinner.
Fucked up people.
Yeah. Can you imagine a little baby coming out of there like handling the ropes?
Yeah, just pulling his own placenta out. That'd be hilarious. Fucking instant hit on. Would you ever eat a placenta?
Maybe. I'd never say never. I mean, it sounds weird now, but I don't know. Like, if it's full of nutrients and whatever.
So many things are full of nutrients, but
I don't know. Have you seen J-Lo? J-Lo would get, like, stem cells put on her face. And, like, 20 years later, she's
still... Stem cell research is amazing.
I don't know. I mean, at this point, like...
Literally helping people who are paralyzed walk.
If placenta is a natural way of looking better, you know, without plastic surgery,
that's different,
why not?
though. Then you get a little bit of that and you fucking rub it all over your face.
Yeah, why not? I'll rub it on my face.
If me and my maybe one day wife decided we were having a baby.
Yeah.
And we decided, and she went, I want to rub some of that placenta on my fucking face. I just want to take it home and rub it on my face. It's weird shit, but let's see what happens.
Yeah.
I'd be like,
sure, why not?
Do it together.
I would put it on my face. I would use it as a face mask. Yeah. I don't know if I would eat it.
I'd rub it on my testicles. Rejuvenate my balls.
Is there a ball rejuvenation procedure?
Fuck yes, there is.
Is there?
It has to be. This is LA.
Because those things start hanging real low by a certain age.
How do you know? That's the fourth comment. I suggest you've been watching me shower.
No! Oh my God, stop it. No.
Me? Stop it. I'm sorry.
No, I mean, like,
what's your boyfriend's name? Current boyfriend?
His real name?
Whatever, you can make up a name.
Or Asher.
Asher. I'm sorry, Asher. I didn't instigate any of this. She's a whore. And that's why That's why Dad's trying to get her to settle down with a nice boy because apparently, bro.
Oh my goodness.
What does he do for a living again?
He's a DJ.
Oh
we just talked about this.
Bro. Get a real job, man. What the fuck?
So he does have a real job. So I think it works because...
he's not a DJ.
So he also DJs. He DJs, but he works for a DJ... He works for a music streaming company, basically. So...
He has a day job that he goes 9 to 5.
Yeah.
This is why your dad's not happy with him. Because he's got a real job. His passion, he hasn't even turned it into a real job yet. And how old is he? How old is he?
34.
34. By 34, you should be making money from the thing you're passionate about.
He is. He turned his DJing into this company that provides music content to DJs. Sorry.
First of all, I'm just being taking the piss.
I'm just getting so defensive.
B, you're getting really defensive, which makes me feel like some of what I'm saying is hurting, and I apologize. That's not my intention. And thirdly, there's another part of you going like, I feel like you've had to defend this right now to your parents.
Oh my God,
many times.
You know what? I'm mentally preparing myself for this conversation.
Oh, you haven't had it yet?
I'm like feeling triggered.
How many girlfriends have had this same conversation with you though? Is he really?
Yes, I've had this conversation. This is played out with girlfriends and stuff. So it's like I have to be ready.
They're always right in the end.
But all the girlfriends approve, actually.
I like how you called him Asher as well, which is the douchiest DJ name you got. Asher Kane.
That's not his DJ name.
No, I know.
I've used his real name.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I used his real name.
Now I feel like I can't.
Now I can't tell you his last name, but you guys can look it up. DJ Styles Davis.
DJ Styles Davis.
Yeah.
Fuck, I bet he's really handsome as well.
He is.
He's got abs, isn't he? Has he got abs?
No. That's something that we're working on for 2019.
You're doing exercise together.
I'm going to figure out how to do this together because do you ever get insulted when a woman asks you if you're going to go work out?
No, because no woman ever does. Because I don't know if you noticed, but
okay,
living the dream.
We get it. You have guns. But yeah,
they're not guns. They're water pistols. But I'm working on it. But here's the deal. I think like as long as if you, I also that's an interesting question. I haven't ever had a woman ask me about if I'm going to tidy up my body because I'm very hard on myself and on my body anyway.
But
like,
say if you weren't, would you be offended if the woman you were dating?
It would be a little upsetting in the same way if a guy just went, "Oh, you're going to do a few sit-ups to lose that ass." You know what I mean? Or like to time that shit up.
Sit-ups are for abs, right? It's
whatever.
more like
I'm
lunges
sorry.
and squats for yeah.
Are you going to do a few squats to
but
time
so
up
like
that
he
rump?
said this to me. He's like, yeah, maybe we should both hit the gym, you know? And I was like, oh.
Yeah, but he's not talking about you because you're fucking, there's nothing of you. There's
Yeah.
literally nothing to lose.
I'm in this category. I had a trainer for a little while, and he said that I'm skinny fat.
Do you have a gunt?
A little bit, but that's like, it's also December. We've had like a lot of, it's like carb, it's carb
fat
month.
Then. You got a little fat on you.
I do have a little fat on me, but
I feel like you have the body type where you can look smoking without doing a fucking thing because you probably eat reasonably light. You don't really drink a huge amount. You don't like put a lot of shit in your body, and you probably have a high metabolism. Also, that's true of South Asian women.
Yeah, but
generally,
we also have like
fast metabolism.
But we don't have it's very hard for us to build muscle.
Yeah.
So we have to work out differently, and we have to like drastically change our diet.
But I don't see you as the workout girl who goes in and does toning exercises for this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
I see you go and do like an hour on the running machine.
Yeah, so I used to do that, and then I got into pageants, and then
What? When?
Yeah, this was a while ago. So I competed in the Miss New Jersey USA pageant.
How old were you?
I was 25.
Wow.
So two years ago. And
Did you win?
I didn't win.
You should have won.
I didn't. Well, also I'm 5'1", right? So the people who are gonna get on TV and win are gonna be like the 5'5", 5'6", or taller.
You know what you need?
Models.
A few perverts on the judging panel.
Yeah.
Because when I hear 5'1", and I'm not being a pervert, but there's something for a big man incredibly like alluring to that. I like the idea of being able to pick up and be like this big fucking strong bear for a woman.
It is a fetish, and like a lot of my male fans tend to be like these bigger burlier dudes, and I'm like, all right, whatever.
Terrifying.
And I've noticed all my hecklers, whenever I do have hecklers, they're like these huge, massive guys,
and they want to be dominated by you.
And then I have to shut them down, and it's always a fun show, but it's always like the visual part of it is all
until they're waiting in the
ironic.
parking lot after the show, like, hey, I really like the way you put me in my place.
Yeah, and there's always like this awkward hug at the end that they force upon me, and I'm like, okay, fine.
That's an interesting concept.
Yeah.
I've seen that with female comics, and I used to date a female comic back in the UK who's very successful, and I've seen the weirdness of male fans versus the weirdness of female fans.
Yeah.
Female fans will send me huge amounts of creepy shit. Male fans.
Do you get like pictures and stuff?
Yeah.
Wow.
Again, third hurtful thing. 5 flirtatious things, 3 hurtful things, and I can't even keep track of the number of racist things you've said over the course of this podcast.
Stop it. Nothing was racist.
You do realize this was an intervention, right? This is
okay, sure. Did someone say I'm really racist? Did Brian Swinehart tell you I'm racist?
He said that racist, anti-progressive, horrendous whore.
Okay.
She doesn't even love her boyfriend. She's always shit talking to him with her dad.
Stop it.
Get her on. Ask her about how her relationship is with her sister, who has cancer and who only needs a sister to be around for her.
Oh my God, she has cancer of the personality.
My God. That's funny. I like that. That's good. That's going to be a highlight joke. We'll put that.
Personality.
That's going to be an insult that I'm going to use, but never on stage. I will never take that. You know what I watched today?
Yeah.
Was a video about, and it's, this is old news in Los Angeles and in generally in the comedy community, but about Carlos Mencia, who's been redubbed either Ned, because that's his real name, or the fake Mexican, or Carlos Mencia, because he steals a lot of people.
Thief. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was him and the Joe Rogan thing.
Yeah.
I realize this is like 2007 or something.
Yeah, this is it's an older
2011,
feud.
I think.
Yeah.
Old news.
Yeah.
But it made me think about the different way that people steal comedy, and I wonder whether, in a racial sense, that idea that someone's stolen someone's joke, as opposed to parallel thought, is more prevalent in comics of minorities or people of color, comics of color.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the material will be about race for those comedians.
Yeah, I agree.
So I wondered if you've ever seen another American brown, by American terminology, brown comic, or Southern Asian or Asian.
Yeah.
Well, let's just say Asian comic, or Middle Eastern comic. Someone with brown skin doing a joke, and you've been like, this fucking bitch, and then you've had to sort of catch yourself and go, oh no, it's just that there's a smaller handful of us in the industry.
Absolutely.
So some of the crossover of jokes will be very similar.
Yeah, and also we've had similar experiences, like a lot of us are first generation or our parents were immigrants or whatever. So a lot of us
Why do you hate Mindy is what I'm trying to get at.
I do not hate Mindy. I think her just being around has helped give the rest of us some exposure.
Yeah.
Because she was kind of the first one to be given a chance to do it.
So that's not what Aziz Ansari told me you said previously.
I have heard that Aziz is letting other Indian Americans open up for him and stuff and feature for him. So that's good.
But not open up the wine, because he always selects the wine, right?
No, I think But with Mindy, I'm more interested.
I can't believe Aziz has an opener. He gets on stage and does an hour and a half when he's meant to do 10 at the Comedy Cellar.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
I'm just going to jump on tonight, hour and a half later.
But he's Aziz Ansari. He can do whatever he wants, but...
No, fuck that school of thought. Hate that.
But he's a celebrity. He's a celebrity, right?
He's a comic. When you're in a comedy club...
I do agree with you.
You're a comic. And now, once you've reached a certain level of status and success... And by the way, I'm only joking about this whole thing, but when it comes to that... I'm not joking.
Yeah.
I think once you've reached a certain level of status and success, you should absolutely, if you're Aziz or Dave Chappelle or Louis C.K. prior to maybe putting his dick out in front of people, or Chris Rock or whatever, you can turn out, you can turn up to a comedy club.
Yeah.
And go.
You can drop in. You can bump the rest of the show.
A few other people get the money and go home, whatever. But don't fucking ruin the audience's experience of comedy.
You sound like you got bumped by Aziz Ansari.
I've never been bumped by him. I've had my time reduced mildly.
Yeah.
But we always get our spots. We do 8 instead of 15 or whatever if he's, or 10 instead of 15 at the Cellar. But that's only happened to me once. It's not about that, about something personal to me.
Yeah.
I think it's about having a respect for your colleagues. I don't care how fucking hot and successful you are. Have respect for the other comics because you were them once.
Yeah.
And when you get up, and also the audience, I've seen him a number of times, but also other comics, get up and do 40 minutes of really funny shit. Mm-hmm. And then they do another hour on top.
Wow.
And the audience is tired. And they're not into it. And the jokes... there's a point when you're not a celebrity where if you're not telling people something funny or you're not using a written joke premise... They'll just switch off. They'll just go, all right, I'm done with this. They'll talk, they'll leave, they'll fucking whatever.
Also, you may be holding the audience hostage at that point.
And he has done that. I've seen him do that. Where he's clearly prepped 20 minutes of new stuff. 10 minutes of new stuff.
Yeah.
And he'll do some tried and tested, throw in his 10 of new stuff, do a little bit more tried and tested because he's enjoying the vibe.
Yeah.
And then do 40 to an hour of stuff that is just not even jokes.
Wow.
Just, I'm just musing about the world. I'm sitting on a stool and I've got a drink. And it's like, this is not like the jazz hour with Aziz. And I don't want to, maybe I'm making a mistake by calling someone out in that respect. But
there's also plenty of rooms in New York where you can go do that. As Aziz Ansari, you can go do it, but don't do that at the Cellar.
He can literally have the driver of his swanky car drive him from spot to spot in absolute luxury and do 30 to 40 minutes on every show that night and do 5 shows in a night.
Yeah.
And do that. Yeah. And he give 5 different groups of audiences the elation of seeing Aziz Ansari in a small intimate venue and be over the moon. Yeah. And he can still walk away going, I did so much fucking shit tonight and I was on fire. He could have done new 20 minutes, new 30 minutes at each spot.
I'm with you. Hey, Aziz, if you're listening to this, maybe this is a strategy you should consider for next time. He won't be listening to this. And if he is, he'll just be angry at me. He'll probably just think I'm a prick. I think but I think nobody comic has an opinion on it. But I think there's been some improvement. I think since he was outed for being a douchebag with that bad date.
I don't think he was a douchebag that bad date. I just think he's a social guy who doesn't know how to date properly. I don't think he did anything wrong. Based on her letter of accounts, her writing of accounts, I still don't think he did anything wrong. He got consent, he did consensual stuff, and then she decided she wasn't very comfortable and he went, okay, we can just watch movies or watch TV, and then he got a drink and she didn't want to stay, so he went, okay, let me pay for a cab to take you home safely. Did that, and then the day after she goes, and I realised afterwards that maybe I wasn't happy yet. Listen, if you're a grown adult and you go into another man's going to a house, which by the way, sorry, I'm not angry at you. I'm angry at the situation of this fucking lunacy because, that negates the substantiated real claims of women who have been assaulted.
Yeah,
by men.
I agree with all of that, but also, I mean, it's Aziz Ansari. He's been in relationships.
But he's a fucking.
He was in a long-term relationship for like however many
I don't
years.
think
He almost got
doing
engaged.
anything wrong. I think he's just
30,
an awkward geek
how old
who
is he?
does comedy.
36 or something.
No, way older than that. He's way older
Or
than
38.
that.
I don't know. So he's like in his mid to late 30s, and he took out a naive 23-year-old woman.
Whoa. Hang on. Whoa.
You know?
A naive 23-year-old woman.
Yeah.
A naive 23-year-old woman who was at a party with her then boyfriend, the guy she was dating, saw Aziz Ansari, has a celebrity crush on him.
Yeah.
He doesn't show her any interest until she goes over and tries to make conversation. And then he sees they have the same camera and they talk about cameras. And then, even though she's there with her current date, gives him her number and arranges to go on a date with him.
Yeah.
Fuck that. It's not a
So
naive
he
23-year-old woman.
thought-
That's a woman who went, I want to fuck this celebrity, fuck the douchebag I'm here with, I'm going to give this guy my number. And then she went round there and wanted it to be roses, love, attention, perfection. It's like,
Right.
no, he's a fucking awkward geek who does comedy.
He
and
thought he was
stand-up.
going to get fucked. He did. He thought he was going to
Why
get fucked
wouldn't
that
he?
night.
She
And
ditched
he
her
was
fucking
Yeah, he was hasty
date
about
to give
it.
him money.
From the way the account was described, he was a little hasty about it. So he was being a little douche about it, a little
hasty
bit.
or just like a shit date.
He was like-
He's just a shit date because he's an
Exactly.
awkward geek who
Yeah.
only got famous, 5 years ago? And everyone, when was
He
he?
got famous from Parks and Rec. He got
When was
famous
that?
from Parks and Rec. It's been like more than 10 years. But
10
yeah.
years? Oh,
Yeah,
wow,
yeah.
okay, fair. I only watched it like 5 years
I
ago.
mean, Aziz has been around for a while, okay?
Sure, but Aziz, as a famous guy,
Yeah.
has been 10 years in.
Yeah.
Probably had a partner for
Yeah.
a decent chunk
Yeah.
of that, you're saying.
Yeah.
And what was he before that? He was a small little weird-looking Indian guy like, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
This is my voice.
Yeah.
Like, he wasn't,
I'm the socialist.
that's the
I'm the
comment I
socially
want to
awkward guy.
fuck. Do you know what I mean? He was a sweet, innocent, awkward, geeky-looking guy.
Yeah.
And he got mega famous. Mm-hmm. And now it's like, of course he wants to fuck.
Yeah.
Why do you think anyone becomes a comic?
Okay, here's the thing. Before Aziz got into this thing, this whole like wrapped in this Me Too movement, even though this was not a case of that. I think we're both in agreement. Like this was not.
I hope
anything.
not, because if that's
I
what
don't think so.
constitutes Me Too,
But
then I
I
think
think
it's
he's
a
still-
failed concept. But I like to think it's not a failed concept.
I think he still has somewhat of clarification, or he needs to clear his name a little bit because it's been kind of like murky because of.
No,
this
he
whole
wrote a big response
thing.
to it, and he
did.
apologized, and that was the
Yeah.
mistake I think he made. He should have
Yeah.
said, you know what? I'm a guy, and a girl showed me lots of interest, and I got consent for everything that happened when we were
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
And if she didn't like the date with me, that's fair. I'm sorry
Yeah.
I was a shit date.
Yeah.
But I wasn't anything less than polite and legally behaving in a way that
Yeah.
I think is okay.
He
By
didn't
him
do
trying to
anything
be-
legally wrong.
You
He
know why he
misread the
got
signs.
taken down? Because he went on every single TV show he's ever fucking done and went, well, as a feminist, as a feminist,
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
as a feminist.
He
If you're a
wrote-
feminist, you don't have to tell everyone you're a feminist.
He
all the
wrote
time.
a book. He wrote a book called Modern Romance, where he basically took the side of women. He's like, men need to stop being douchebags to women
Sure.
and treat them nicely.
So
And
he
then
basically laid out a path. Hey,
Yeah.
he's destroying me because that's what people
Yeah,
want to do.
and then-
Sensationalism and media.
yeah, and then when this article came out, it's like it basically showed him as like not really the guy that he's been like
Who
building
bought
his
that book
PR
and
around.
thought Aziz Ansari is the guy who's clued up on how to fucking mac with women?
I don't know, but he tried to create this whole this brand,
You know why you're right, and that's why it
and he
backfired on
wasn't
him.
genuine. He
Backfired
wasn't
on
real
him, yeah.
about who he was.
That's why it backfired on him. Well,
Yeah.
he was just an awkward geek who fucking got famous and then was like, I'll get the wine,
Yeah.
babe. Hey, why don't we go back to my place? You
Yeah,
know?
that's exactly
Now,
what happened.
That's exactly what happened. I read
Yeah.
it. I did read it. I'm not
Yeah,
like basing this
yeah.
on,
Yeah.
pomp and
But
circumstance.
it's like it's now he has some cleaning up to do, and I think other people have like accused him of
Nah,
other
he should have
things.
got up on stage and gone, look at me. Mm-hmm. I'm a fucking geek.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want women to like me because I was always the beta male who women never even looked
Mm-hmm.
at except for his best friend. And guess what? Yeah, I had a shitty date, but I didn't do anything
Yeah.
remotely illegal, wrong, or morally or ethically. I treated that woman with respect. When she said she didn't want to do anything, I stopped. When
Mm-hmm.
she said she wasn't comfortable, I got her safely home. Like, I'm not a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Am I this? Do I look like a fucking Christmas elf? Yeah, sure. No, I'm serious though.
An ethnic Christmas elf.
Oh, I mean, come on. In modern age,
In modern
we
age.
have
Just
to
an elf.
represent
Just
all the
an elf.
Christmas
Just an
elves.
elf. Yes,
There you
you're
go.
right. You're right.
The Abercrombie and Fitch advert of Christmas
Oh, okay.
elves.
Are they diversified now?
Oh, I thought they
Abercrombie
were.
and Fitch.
Am I wrong? Is that a
maybe?
bad
I don't know.
No. What am I thinking of? United Colours of Benetton.
Oh, there we go.
There you go.
Benetton. That's
But
right.
that's my point.
Yeah.
And you know what fucks me off about that whole situation is it's all these neckbeards
Mm-hmm.
in comedy, the weird dudes, the ones who, hey, I'm an ally, and look at my plaid shirt, and oh, babe, I'm a sweet little guy. Oh, I'm a geek. I can never be popular with women. Those are the ones who drug girls and fuck them while they're asleep. 100%. It happened at UCB, didn't it? There was a whole case.
Yeah, there was a whole case against.
Let's not mention his name because actually I don't want to talk about that because he won his case against
Did he
the
win?
women. He got a payout
Shut
against
up.
the women who accused him.
Wow.
And he also got $1 million advert. Anyway, let's not even fuck with that guy.
Okay.
He's a scumbag,
All right.
I'm sure.
I don't know.
I can say he's a scumbag.
And so now, can we go back to one of the first things I said when the podcast started, which is why I don't date comedians, because you never know.
Because you're worried they're fucking lunatics.
You never know what you're gonna get. You know.
See, I feel that about the whole world now. It's really, I think it's really made a problematic situation for people who like to be sexually adventurous and active.
Mm-hmm.
This is the problem: is that when something like that happens, Louis C.K. Look at him. Look at him. Fucking fat, balding, middle-aged dude. I like Louis' comedy. I think he's brilliant. He's always been an absolute fucking
with Louis.
Tree. A bit
were
weird,
you surprised? I wasn't surprised.
No,
I mean
and also,
everybody
I was
knew
surprised
about
that
it.
no one. It wasn't more newsworthy that the consent was given in all of these instances.
Yeah.
Except the phone call.
The phone call, I think.
That's creepy.
But
now,
also,
don't get me wrong. He's a pervert.
he talks about jerking off in almost every bit, like every time I've ever seen him on stage or on TV. He talk and his show, like.
Heavily highlights. I'm a fat, weird ginger dude who likes to jerk off looking at hot young girls. Legally aged, but hot young women. Of course I am. I'm the fat guy who sits, with Cheetos and jerks off. Like, that's who I am.
I mean, how do you feel about that? He's now, like, allowed up on all the stages in New York now. Like, all the comedy
That's not true. He's not allowed up on all the stages in New York.
Not all of them?
No, he's not allowed up on all of them.
A lot of them are, like, letting him come back.
Some of them have agreed to let him up if they give prior notice and if they advertise him on the boards. The Comedy Cellar obviously being the most notable.
Yeah.
I think that's the only one he's really going up at regularly anyway. Mm-hmm. But how do I feel about it? I think he's a comedian. I think he should make jokes. What I think he should have done is addressed it in his comedy, and he hasn't yet.
He hasn't yet. I've been waiting for that to happen.
I mean, me too. Maybe he's saving it for a special, but I'm like,
maybe
you need to get up and go, yo.
He's got to test the material out somewhere.
I'm a pervert. Yeah, but it's not like he's averse to testing stuff out on people that are unsuspecting. You know what I mean?
That's true too.
Mostly penis.
And, oh my goodness.
But you know what I mean? So, but here's my issue with the whole thing. I talked about this with Justin Silver on a previous one a little bit. Is that I'm a sexual comic. Like, I'm a sexual guy. My comedy's not necessarily all sexual. There's, some stuff about love and sex, but the majority is about politics or life as an immigrant in this country, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Broader spectrum ideas. But I know that these fucking weird little creepy beta neckbeard fucking, I'm just a sweet guy, blah, blah, blah. That motherfucker isn't at the Women's March, from Pershing Square. I was fucking there. He's also seen as non-threatening sexually, but he's the guy who's fucking drugging women and raping them. And then a guy who's big like me is the easiest target of that kind of mentality because I'm a big, straight, white, cisgendered fucking male who's just like, hey, if I like you and I'm attracted to you, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to say, hey, I would love to have sex. Obviously not in, once it reaches a point in our relationship where that becomes an option. And
I mean, I'm sure you're not just going up to random women. Is that why you go to the Women's March? Is that why you go to the Women's March? Is to tell people I'd love to have sex with you?
Love the sign. Love that sign. By the way,
I am turned. Are you turned on by all the Women's March signs?
You want to feel a little feminism inside of you? Because I got some.
Oh my god.
No, I don't do that. I do not do that. But now you give me the idea. My point is that they look at like sexually active, kind of more Lothario, aesthetically at least, characters or alpha men. I'm like, alpha men don't fuck. I'm making gross generalizations. Let me retract that. Real alpha men who are very
okay. Can we have an example of a real alpha man?
Idris Elba is a real alpha man.
Okay.
Brian Callen is a real alpha comic.
Okay.
Godfrey is a real alpha comic.
Okay.
These are alpha men.
Okay.
Godfrey is so incredibly well chiseled and beautiful and handsome and knows himself.
Yes.
He wouldn't even want to fuck a chick who doesn't have security in herself that she's going to agree to anything that she doesn't really want to do.
Yeah.
And that's a motherfucker who he would never, he literally has women just
throwing themselves
fuck
at him.
my pussy.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean?
Oh, that was
alpha.
that was right on point. Do it again.
But you understand what I'm saying?
Is that a song?
Please fuck my pussy. Yeah.
Wow.
I want to get fucked by you, Godfrey. Give me that big old beautiful black dick. because he has a big.
Please
beautiful
turn this
black
into
dick.
a real song.
I'm gonna send it to Godfrey.
Send it to Godfrey.
Singing about your penis. But you get what I'm saying. There's an alpha man.
Yeah.
But then the bro at the frat house.
Yeah.
The Kavanaugh, who I guess in his time when he was a younger guy.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a broski. I'm an alpha dude,
Yeah.
bro. It's gamma zeta beta, motherfucking
Yeah.
bitch. I just drank fucking 50 beers. Let's get this chick in a room and fucking gang rape her, bro. He's not an alpha male.
No,
he's
he's
a
not.
posturing fucking idiot.
And the thing is,
You
like,
know?
do they just have selective amnesia, or it's just like, how do you deny some, like, how could you deny something that you've actually done?
And shame, guilt, embarrassment. The guy's a fucking sociopath. Like, he's on the Senate now, right?
Yeah, and it's
like,
yeah.
You couldn't write it. It's a joke. I don't want to go too political. I hate fucking. It's done, and it's embarrassing that it's done. And it's another embarrassment for this country.
Yeah, but I mean,
and
that's
I feel
also
that as a tax-paying citizen. You
that's
know?
also tax-paying citizen. Aren't you still an immigrant?
No, I'm a green card holder.
You're a
yeah.
green card.
And I
So-
pay 3 lots of tax actually.
Oh my goodness. So, have you found an American woman to take you off the market yet? Are you looking?
I'm not like you. I don't.
That's
I'm
not
I'm
your
not looking for
solution to
that
everything.
upgrade that's going to allow me. I pay my own bills, lady.
So, are you trying to be an American citizen? I feel like
Well,
this is
after
the
5
wrong.
years, I might. Yeah.
Okay.
I've only been here 3, so.
Okay, we'll see. And we might be in a better state then.
Who? What? Me and you?
No,
What's
America.
happening? Jesus Christ.
I meant America. It
number
might be more
5.
appealing. It might be more appealing to stay.
If I was like a hue darker, then maybe I'd tick all the boxes for at least
No.
dad.
I mean,
for at least dad.
Okay, stop it. I've dated white guys before.
Who would your dad rather you be dating? A white British comedian or a half Indian, half white American DJ?
I don't know. They're both pretty awful in my dad's eyes, I think. I don't know.
Really? He doesn't like the Brits?
No, I think so. At the end of the day, I think
colonization, we kind of upset a few people.
you guys, I mean, the Brits really screwed up the subcontinent a lot.
Having said that, you're actually very fair-skinned, though, Southern Asian.
I
and there
am.
is a caste system in those countries, which is very judgmental of people with darker skin.
Yeah.
And very like, people with fairer skin. And that's all born out of the fucking British occupation.
Yeah, I mean, colorism is a real problem. But it's in all areas where, there's like a gradient of pigmentation.
See, I think that's different. I think that's interesting because I don't know if that's necessarily true. I think there's a lot. White culture in America, for instance, idolizes the mixed race.
Yeah.
A black-white woman. Oh, look at her. She's got all the features of a white woman, but she's got that warm skin of a black woman.
Yeah.
So they idolize that. Whereas in black culture, a lot of black culture are very much like adoring of their darker skin, the African features or the Jamaican features.
No. Like from what I've experienced with African American friends,
I clearly know more woke people than you.
there's definitely like it's like the light skin thing. The light skin girls always get more attention. And in my household, it's something I was self-conscious about for a long time because I'm the darker skinned one in my family. I'm the darkest skinned one in my family.
So you're related to white people.
Yeah, so my sister is like the light skinned one, so she would get all the attention. So everyone thought that she would find like the rich husband, and
Little do they know, you're fucking DJ Deadmau5.
Okay, yeah, sure. And the expectation, and they always pushed me to be smarter and do well in school because they thought I'd have a harder time and I'd have to be self-sufficient.
It's so
this
funny,
is where we are.
The issues were given by our
Isn't
parents.
that crazy?
My mum is Romanian, Macedonian blooded, and her mum was exactly like that.
Okay.
Very much like, you have to do this. You have to 100% in every test, otherwise you're a fucking failure. And my mum tried to impart that to me a little bit. She tried to pass it on to me. I'm the black sheep of the family because of
Wait,
those.
So is that like an Eastern European thing
Yeah, and I
too,
think
where
there's
like
a
you
similar-
push like academics and like
I think it's
smarts
in any
and...
country where you're up against it, right? So in
Wow.
Romania, it was a dictatorship. The only way you
Yeah.
could even have an existence without dying poverty-stricken in the gutter was to be a doctor.
A doctor or engineer.
Crazy, right?
Yeah, that's my text messages from my dad. He was like, lawyers, doctors, engineers.
Yeah.
That's
And you're like, Dad, I'm engineering my own career right now.
I'm engineering my own
Why
career.
don't I
I'm dating a
prescribe
DJ.
you a fucking chill pill?
Oh my goodness. I'm like ignoring all the messages until I have like a clear like explanation.
Well, it sounds like you don't really, like, whilst you might love your parents and you would like to have a good relationship with them, you've kind of resigned yourself to fuck it. That's where I'm at as well.
Yeah,
Fuck it.
I mean, why can't we all just be happy with our own decisions, Like, why is that so bad?
Because we forget that our own parents were solitary characters. They were just, my mum and dad are my mum and dad's.
Mm-hmm.
They're also Mika and Graham.
Oh,
And Mika
they're their
was
own people.
fucking treated by her mum in that way where she had to fucking work all the time.
Yeah.
And like she has that in her, that fucking fractious, anxious, neurotic nature. And my dad was a Cockney boy from the East End of London who went to university, did good, blah, blah, blah. But his dad used to beat him up and he was never good enough for my grandfather because
Did your parents ever beat you up? I'm sensing some like triggering right now.
It's an interesting question. No, they didn't beat me up.
No?
No, I would never claim they beat me up. I was
No.
never physically abused. I was hit by my mum would smack me when I was younger a
Yeah.
little bit. That was a thing that we did. And I think
Were you out of control? Were you out of control
No.
as a kid?
Well, not really, no.
Okay.
As an arrogant little prick,
Yeah.
and I sort of hopefully have
Well,
reined
some
that
things
into
just
some
never
extent.
change,
Hey. But I'm actually very self-loathing. That's not arrogance. I'm not arrogant. I'm self-confident. But I understand, But
So many comics, we're self-deprecating, self-loathing, but then we also have some sort of sense of arrogance. Like
You
it's
have
a
to have
very
confidence,
confusing. It's a very confusing mix of just like self-awareness that we have.
it's a weird juxtaposition, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not confusing to me because you have to. If you're going to convince a room full of 400 strangers or 1,000 strangers or at some point in the career 10,000, 20,000, 80,000 strangers that your words command their attention for the space of a fucking hour. You have to be like that. You have to be so unbreakable. That's why so few people make it to that level, I think. But my point is that I remembered that my dad is that guy. He's Graham, who was treated like that. My mum is Mika, who's been treated like that.
Yeah.
It's the thing I've been wrestling with lately. And maybe you have too.
Yeah.
To try and go, how do I remove myself enough from being their son or their daughter to understanding their people?
Right.
And they're fucked up, like I am.
Yeah, we're all just fucked up people trying
fucked
to live our lives, I don't know. Now you're making me think about them.
Good. Good. That's not a bad thing. That's a positive thing. We've gone on for a while. We talked a long time, an hour and a half almost.
Yeah.
I do want to wrap it, but I feel like that's a nice, not all comedy podcasts need to end on a big,
yeah.
Sometimes it's a nice little
I
realization.
feel like I didn't tap dance. I should have tap
There's
danced.
no need for tap dance.
We didn't do the premise, setup, punchline.
That's not what
Sorry.
this is. It's a conversation to get to know someone
I like
better.
having real conversations with comics because you don't get to have those unless you come on each other's podcasts.
There you go.
Yeah.
And I know an awful lot more about you. It makes me like you even more as a person.
Oh, thank you.
I do think it's great that was our final little thing.
Yeah.
Final little thought maybe, because I think, they're not going to be around forever. Mm-hmm. Let's make a pact now. It's a friendship pact. We're going to try and get some semblance of a decent relationship with our parents over the next year.
Okay, yeah.
Because they'll be fucking dead soon. And
Talk to your parents.
Then we can just shit talk them non-stop. Once they're dead.
Got it.
Fucking we'll have money. Okay. Fuck your boyfriend. Fuck the girls I'm dating. We'll just be two like buddies. We'll be like the Hangover movie. We'll just be out. Have you seen Zahra and Jeff? They're on tour together. Just get fucked up. Oh my God, she fucked Idris Elba last night. And
he fucked
was
Annie
the
Lederman.
bottom. He was the bottom. She had a strap on. She pegged the shit out of Idris.
Oh my God. And Sarah Silverman was there.
Me and Sarah would be in the corner just doing coke, just fucking furiously masturbating.
Oh my goodness. This is going to be a great porno.
That's going to be our
awesome.
life.
2019.
2019 is happening.
It's happening. Porno, and we're going to talk to our parents.
Idris Elba's going to get pegged to.
Yeah. Should we call our parents during this tour?
No, we just send them
during
a video.
This porno?
We just send them the fuck video so they can be really proud of us.
Oh, so proud.
Zahra, tell me if all the people who are watching right now would want to keep in contact with you, as they really should, because you're a very talented comedian.
Thank you.
I said that. I'm not saying that to be nice. Like on stage, you're good. I've never invited anyone on this podcast who isn't great.
Thank you so much. That's so sweet.
So I would like people to watch you. How do they do that? On social media, where do they follow you?
Come watch me. I'm on all the social medias.
Instagram
is really Zahra. Zahra is spelled Zahra. That's Zahra for all the British friends.
Thanks.
And that's
Instagram,
same on Twitter.
Same really Zahra as well. And then
Instagram,
website
Twitter.
if they want to check live dates.
Website is also reallyzahra.com.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Anything coming up that you'd like to promote? You've got your show that you do regularly at the West Side.
Yes. So the monthly show that I co-produce with other very funny female comics is called Facial Recognition Comedy. Mm-hmm. It is at the West Side Comedy Theater in Santa Monica, the second Sunday of every month at 9 p.m. And for those who live in San Francisco, we're taking the show to the San Francisco Sketch Fest this year.
Nice. January
19th. It's the same day as the Women's March. So go to the Women's March, find your girlfriend, and afterwards come to our show.
There you go.
There you go.
Perfect.
Thank
you
you
very much, guys.
Yep.
Thanks for joining me. Also, check out the merch. Boys and girls, look at this. We've got these lovely t-shirts, Savage Snowflake t-shirts with the logo. There's actually quite a few different designs. You can check any of the links on the YouTube videos, on the SoundCloud, Spotify or iTunes links as well. I always put the information there for merch and all of that business. Check out patreon.com/Savage Snowflake if you want to support with as little as $1 a month for 8 episodes a month. It's a fucking steal.
Yeah.
It's a fucking steal, Zahra.
Dude, you are a cheap date.
I'm going to be performing in Vegas at the Comedy Cellar at the Rio Hotel and Casino from January the 14th to 21st. You can get tickets online right now at comedycellar.com. Make sure you check that you're booking for the actual right venue. But you'll see me in the lineups there. And that's it, I think. That's everything. I love you guys. See you next time. Let me play the outro music, Zahra. I'm going to do it. It's happening.
Let's hear it.
And we're gone. Bye.